I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am soaring. I am flying. I am being everything I can be on this day and the next. I am. Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome to your weekly soaring tarot report for today, May the 16th of 2018 through the 22nd. And, oh man, it's interesting. I haven't made the weekly astrology video yet. And now we're popping into the S.O.A.R video. And let's see how you're going to fly and soar this week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the cards for this week. And I actually went ahead and just made them all upright. And the reason why I did that is because we are in a new world and it's new energy. So I really just felt like I needed to read all of these cards in their upright position. So for the takeoff card this week, we actually have the Knight of Cups. And this is very interesting. I believe this is us tapping more into our emotional intelligence. I think this also has to do with the fact that, Venus was in Gemini, and it will shift into Cancer. I believe it's going to be on Saturday. You're probably wondering, what does it have to do with dolphins and the suit of cups, or the suit of water? Well, it turns out that the dolphin is actually a totem animal of Gemini. And it kind of makes sense that even though it's an air sign, dolphins they're known to be some of the most intelligent creatures. And they really have these very interesting and somewhat complex societies that they have created, where obviously communication is very key. They're very playful, and they just kind of have this energy to them where it's like a play. So I think this is really going to be a week where we're kind of setting this intention to really play. But it's also the way that we're going to know how to play, and the way that we're going to kind of just go in the moment is really by having the emotional intelligence to really protect ourselves, because this is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups doesn't necessarily rush right into battle. They kind of wear their heart on the sleeve, but this is also, I believe, us kind of fortifying our emotions, not to the point where we are so hard and rigid and people can't get to us, but that we aren't as easily triggered by things that have triggered us before. This is really going to come based off of the sense of justice, and this appears in the fear of taking off space. So the fear of taking off this week is we are fearing from an inner space that we aren't just in taking the actions that we want to, or we're not just in feeling the way. This is honestly, I feel like, a release of guilt, because the Justice card appearing in this spot is saying that you do not have to be afraid to express who you really are. You don't even have to be afraid to express these emotions. You don't have to be afraid to express this energy that we're all are feeling. Like we have like this major shift this week, and there's like this massive flow going on. So it's like there's gonna be some people that want to try and fight the current, but really what you want to do is you kind of want to go with the flow. And the Knight of Cups is saying have the emotional intelligence to kind of go with the flow, and then just trust that things are moving in the right direction. There might be this fear of justice. We might fear that, certain actions that we took in the past are going to come back to haunt us, like this karmatic loop. But really, we are kind of being cleared out as far as karma goes, because now we're coming into this new space and this new world where really we can really do whatever we want to do. So it's like now we're trying to deal with the fact that we really can feel just in doing what we want to do. But the interesting thing about how the Justice card appears in this is that we do have vultures here, right? So it's like, it's almost like I like to say, and if you watch my daily adept report, this actually kind of feeds in, because when I think of vultures, that you typically think of carrion, you think of them eating dead, rotting flesh animals. But I think this is also signaling to this whole idea that we don't really have to feel dead on the inside, because I think it's like once we really revitalize ourselves emotionally, we can really begin to feel like things are moving in the right direction. We can really feel like things are really just, but we have to kind of come to like this revitalization period within each and every one of us. We realize that things are the way that they are and they adjust, but at the same time, that once you begin to reform that inner vibration, the outside world will begin to change as a result of it. The in response to those internal fears of justice, we actually have the Devil card appearing, and this can signal to potential vices that come up that might want to try and knock us off our game, or this can appear as people wearing particular masks that are going to try and trigger you in the old way, and you're going to have the emotional intelligence to not allow yourself to get triggered, and you're going to have the emotional intelligence to realize that really you might cause someone, like, I know there's a lot of people that throw around these terms like, narcissism and, what's the other word? I can't even think of it. Obviously, it's not important. But it's like, we like to project the whole bad guy. They're the bad guy on other people. But we have to realize that they're just a vessel. Really, it's these dark energies that are using these people to carry out their dirty work for them, because they need that physical vessel in order to carry out those darker energies. So really, it's like anyone that you come across this week that might try and trigger you in the old way, have the emotional intelligence and even protect yourself. And you kind of want to be a little cunning, because, like I said, the dolphin is a totem animal of Gemini. So you kind of want to be a little cunning, and you want to be a little more, mentally fluid. You don't want to just get stuck on one thing. You don't want to just get stuck on what someone else is saying. You want to be like, you want to not really take it so personal. If people come at you this week and they try and offer you certain things that might seem good, but at the same time deeper in your spirit, that's not really going to be balanced. It's not really going to bring you that inner harmony. Then you can respectfully dismiss it. There might be some tendencies to need to kind of fight and actually kind of put out a bit of force this week. But at the same time, what you really want to do is just have the emotional intelligence and clarity to dismiss things that aren't really going to do well for your inner balance and your inner harmony. So the internal support that we have is actually, we have the Hierophant card, and this is beautiful. This is literally, you reconnecting back to your guides, you reconnecting to spirit. You have a lot of support from your guides this week. So definitely go into meditation, reach out, and if you don't know who your guides are, they will make themselves apparent to you this week. Especially since we do have this Uranus shift happening in Taurus, especially since we have Mars, which is now entered into Aquarius, and especially since Venus, which was in Gemini, will be shifting into Cancer. You really are going to start to get help from your guides and even your ancestors. The external support we have is actually the Eight of Wands. And this is really us being whisked away on an adventure, us being pushed into our new world, being pushed into the new reality. And the thing I like about this card is kind of interesting in this deck, how it shows these alien-like figures, extraterrestrial beings that are kind of pushing this shaman figure out on this adventure. And some people might see this as like almost sort of like a control thing, like they're controlling him. But really what I see this as is like this is like really the universe pushing us. It's like, all right, go on the journey, it's time to go. It's like almost like you're getting pushed out of the nest. So I really feel like this is going to be a week where we're kind of being pushed into this new world, and now we have to have the emotional intelligence to allow ourselves to express ourselves in the way that we want, learn how to feel that inner harmony and balance, and then when certain things come up in our life that may trigger us or not, to have the confidence to be able to dismiss things that don't work with our inner harmony, or to even engage with these energies, not necessarily in a way where you just accept them, but almost as almost like an inquiring type of way. but at the same time, you want to also consult your inner Congress. This is talking about the inner Congress. It's appearing on the female receptive energy, the divine feminine side of this reading. So consult your guides, consult your ancestors. This is really going to be a really powerful shifting week where really we can't do it all alone. Like, this is a week where like, each of us are changing individually in such a powerful way, but this is going to be a week where also you're going to need to reach out to your guides and your angels, because it's since we're all going through this together and we're all experiencing these intense energies, it can be quite harrowing almost to try and deal with it all on our own. I think it's oh man, what did she tell me earlier? It's like my fiance told me this interesting story earlier about what it means to like what true strength means. And true strength isn't totally depending on someone, and true strength also isn't trying to do everything on your own. It's knowing you have the ability to do things on your own, but also allowing other people to support you. So I think that's really what the Hierophant card appearing in this spot is. And even the Eight of Wands appearing as the external support is us allowing the universe to really guide us, but also like having the confidence to go within and know that the answers are within. The nesting card and what we're kind of resting or relaxing into is actually the Two of Wands. This is literally, he's going through a portal, or he's like seeing his other self. So this is literally us walking through the portal, or even not walking through the portal. I think we all are walking through the portal. It's just whether or not we are aware of it or not, whether we are trying to kind of bring all of our baggage with us or not through this portal. And I believe that there are going to be people that walk through the portal with no baggage and then just naked. They don't even have like that little that little sack on the stick, like kind of walking through. They're just going through with like nothing. It's like, all right, universe, take me. But then there are other people that are going to have like 7 bags of carry-on luggage, and they're going to try and carry this with them. And they're going to see that as they walk into this new world, that it's not really going to allow them to soar and fly this week, because they're carrying all this baggage and weight. And it's kind of funny because we do have a lot of Taurus energy and fixed energy, but this is also about how are you going to soar this week? How are you going to fly this week? And the way that you're going to fly is to really allow yourself to just change with the times and realize that you are morphing, you are evolving, and be patient with yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Because like I said, Venus will be shifting into Cancer, and even by Sunday, we're going to have the moon conjuncting the North Node in Leo. And Ceres is in Leo too, which is about self-nurturance. So this is really about having compassion for ourselves, nurturing the inner child, nurturing this evolution, nurturing our passions, because we are really coming into this pivotal time where the world is changing forever. So it's like we can't really expect us to just know everything and try and be perfect immediately. No, have some patience for yourself. Have some faith and trust that things are going to work out. We actually have the Seven of Bows, or the Seven of Swords, appearing as the ultimate climax of this reading and what the overall outcome of it is. And it's kind of interesting because in traditional tarot, it's kind of known as like this backstabbing card. But in this, it shows this man who's flying above the city. And I like to think of this as he's astral projecting. Like he's actually in his astral body and he's flying over all of this. I see this as flying above the drama. You got to fly above the drama this week. To the people who are going to soar this week are the people that fly above the drama. The ones that kind of focus on their evolution, focus on what they're building, what they're producing. They're focused on their increasing self-confidence, their sense of self-worth. This is about flying over the drama. And then astral projecting also, it's like, this definitely could be a very spiritual and intuitive week, especially since we do have a grand water trine that's happening this week on Friday between Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, and the moon in Cancer. So this is definitely a portal of magical understanding and realizing just how powerful we all are, but we're going to have to react to external stimuli in a different way. Because if we try to react to it in the old way, we're going to find ourselves weighed down by doubts, anxieties, even old convictions that don't really work for us anymore. We have a new sense of direction. And we have to really allow ourselves to kind of fly above the drama this week, to fly above the pettiness, which is coming with the sun about to enter in Gemini, which an element of it is of course needed. But this is really a week about realizing that our inner balance and our inner harmony is changing, and that it's coming to a higher space. So we can't really expect the outside world to just completely change and immediately accommodate this change on the inside. It's going to be a slow progress, but we have to have the mental fortitude to be able to see through deception, to allow ourselves to go with the flow, and to fly above any type of drama this week. This is going to be a week of seriously flying above the drama. Fly above the drama. Fly above the drama. Fly above the drama. That's like on repeat right now in my head. But anyways, that really is it for this video. And even just, this was actually the card at the bottom of the deck, just to let you guys know, is actually the King of Cups. So this really is a week about learning how to show compassion for ourselves, because we are morphing, we are changing, and we can't really expect ourselves to know all the details of this change immediately. We have to kind of take it step by step and day by day. But as we go throughout this week, we're really going to discover just how powerful we really are when we decide to really embrace this inner harmony, this inner peace that we all want, and we really embrace that I can do it on my own. I do have the strength and the power to manifest anything, but there is strength in numbers. There is strength in numbers, guys. There is strength in numbers. And I think once we all learn how to really embrace who we are on an individual level, then we will begin to learn how to embrace the collective, because this is a collective shift, but of course the shift first starts within. Anyways, that is it for your weekly soaring tarot video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you like a personal reading with me, you can follow the link in the description below to the Aquarian Adepts. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often. Ah!